Hello all. In this video, let's take a look at authentication. Why this authentication is the most important one. So being a developer, you can run the macros or like you know what exactly has been done or what exactly has to do. But you really don't want the business users or any other random user to come and click on macros. So sometimes this may delete the required data. And for example, let's say that if you want to run your macro by a specific user, and you would like to put a restriction over there, that kind of restriction we can achieve using Excel VBA. So let's jump into the data. For example, let's say we have data in sheet 1 and I would like to copy into sheet 2 by using Excel VBA. So for that, we already wrote a function. So click on developer and click on Visual Basic. So we already wrote a function, copy data from sheet 1 to sheet 2. So I'm copying that one from here, okay, and I'm creating a new module. Mm, I'm naming like authentication, okay, and I'm updating the data over here. So this is one macro. So now I want to put a restriction to this one so that not everyone could use this one, okay. So for example, let's assume that this is the requirement. This is the macro, that original macro. But after this one, whenever you run this one, any user can run on this one. But you want the specific other authorized users only to run. So for that, let's create an authentication tab, and let's list down all the names of the usernames of the people who are allowed to run the macros. Okay. Once after that, let's go back into the macros and let's create um, one more macro called authentication, and we will have here, we'll put all the controls over here. So over here we are at authentication. Okay, dim ws as worksheet. Okay, and now, so I would like to know current username, um, as variant. Okay, and now, so how to get the username? So current user is equal to application dot username. This gives the username, for example my name over here, whomsoever the system. And then on error, resume next. So set ws is equal to this workbook dot sheets. So I want to go into the sheet authentication, so I'm copying the data name from here and let's paste it over here. Okay, so on error, go to 0, and now let's see. Okay, so what we can do here, so we have the sheet, and now let's look for this sheet. If not, ws is nothing, then end if here. If in case if the sheet is not there, we can mention like message box authentication sheet not found. Okay, if in case the sheet is there, I would like to go through all the list of names over here and see if my name, if the current user, I mean, I'm able to run the macro, so my name is matching with one of those, and if it matches, then only I wanted to allow the users to run this one. Okay, so first for that we need to know like how many people are there. So let's count the rows and last row as string. Okay, no, this numbers, right, plus long. So count rows is equal to ws dot rows dot count. Last row is equal to ws dot cells, count rows comma 1 dot and excel up dot row. So this gives like how many people are there, the last row. Now what I want to do, I want to loop this one for I is equal to, first is a one header, right, I is equal to 2 to last row Next I, in between what I want to write. So user is equal to UCase of, let's do this one. Let's take the value ws dot cells of I comma 1 dot value. Okay, and if u case or uppercase of trim of user, see what are all the basics that we learned so far, everything is like being useful here, is equal to, so let's say the user. Okay, the user, here user is nothing but here. First of all, my name, it will check with here if it is matching, approves, authorized to run, or else it will go to here. If my name is Sai, if the name is matching here and this one here, is equal to user is equal to ucase of trim of current user. If in case if it is yes, then end if. Okay, so message box authentication successful, authentication successful, else. Okay, so what we can do over here, so the authentication is successful, and I want to run this one. So even before that, let's take one more dummy value, dim my check value as long. So I'm going to assign this value as 0. Okay, so here if the authorization is successful, I'm going to keep this as like +1. So now if the authorized is, I mean, so basically if it is, if the name is matching, this value it will become 1 here. 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. And if, okay, next I, okay, now if this value greater than 0, then say and if this is greater than 0, I want to run this macro, copy data from sheet 1 to sheet 2. So this one, copy data from sheet 1 to sheet 2, or else message box unauthorized user. Okay, so now let's run this one. Now if I run this one, unauthorized user, because my name is not matching with this one. So if you look at the data, the sheet 1 this is the data, and sheet 2 there is no data. Now let's run this macro again, and let's see I am eligible for this one. Okay, authentication successful because my name matches with the one of the names in authentication, and here is the data, and data copied from sheet 2, sheet 1 to sheet 2. So this is how we can simply control who can run the macros and who can't by using authentication part. Thank you for watching this video.